Dzień dobry. To zaszczyt móc przemawiać dzisiaj przed Wami. Przyjechaliśmy z Magdą do Las Vegas, aby zaprezentować zmieniający się świat. Świat, w którym znikają kolejne bariery. Tym razem w komunikacji. You didn't get that? Was it too quick? Would you like to know what I said? So imagine a world where you would not be able to understand that. Imagine a world where you would not be able to access services to translate that at an instant. And I can see some of you are doing it right now. What you would find is that I mainly greeted you with a good day and that it is an honor to be speaking to you today. If you think about it, such reality wasn't that long ago. Now, imagine a world where there are no more physical barriers to enable connectivity. In fact, this world has arrived and is spreading rapidly. Magda?
Yes, Lukasz, you're totally right. The digital era is here, and we came here today to talk about it. But before, let me share a few words about IDEMIA. Do you know that IDEMIA is involved in many areas of your daily life? I'm sure that if you check your pockets right now, you will be able to find at least one product designed, developed, and manufactured by IDEMIA. Let me give you a few figures. 80% of driving licenses in the US were issued by IDEMIA. Up till now, we delivered more than 3 billion ID documents worldwide, which means that more than 1/3 of world population can prove their identity thanks to IDEMIA. Maybe you have also seen our digital verification at several airports in the US, or maybe one of your credit cards in your wallet was issued by IDEMIA. Or maybe your phone is connected thanks to SIM card or an eSIM delivered by IDEMIA solutions. To make long story short, we are identity leader, and our main goal is to simplify and secure interactions between people, objects, companies, and governments in both physical and digital area. Myself and Lukasz, we flew halfway around the globe from Łódź in Poland, where IDEMIA has its biggest digital R&D center and where all our digital products are developed. IDEMIA itself based its experience for decades on physical products, but we welcomed the transition to digital, and for several years, we've been sailing towards the future of connectivity, which we believed was hidden in the eSIM technology. We came here today to share with you what we've learned and how we brought the eSIM to the next level. Today we are in the US, a perfect place to talk about eSIM technology maturity. So let's see what is happening here in the eSIM consumer landscape. Well, the shift to eSIM is concretely happening here and has accelerated since the launch of eSIM-only, first flagship smartphone, eSIM-only. The journey towards eSIM era has already started, and it started with more than 70% of global downloads being done in the US, and many mobile operators turning their eSIM-first strategy. So what we are witnessing here today is the preview what is going to happen globally tomorrow. The digital transformation in connectivity services, what we believe, entails a complete revamp. Not only the simple transcription of what has been done in the physical area into the digital, but to be able to use its full potential, we need to understand that connectivity services must be reinvented, both from the front-end perspective with innovative use cases, but also from the back-end perspective to streamline processes. Over the years, we strengthened our confidence that eSIM is a great technology, and as being one, it came with a set of opportunities and benefits. First, it enabled new use cases and disruptive experiences for users, with lots of flexibility to serve instantaneous expectations of users wherever and whenever they are. Then it opened the door to connect smaller devices like watches or tiny ones like smart meters or sensors. But you will hear about this more from Lukasz later on. It also opened new sales channels, especially digital ones, with innovative ways to acquire customers. What is more, eSIM, being fully digital, offered better user experience. Now you can do everything from the comfort of your own home. And last, it brought significant cost savings by removing obsolescence and improving the inventory management. Now you can tell me this is already a great picture and I can finish my speech right now. But there is the other side. The transition to eSIM also brought a set of challenges to unleash its full potential. And this is especially true for mobile operators who need to conduct their digital transformation while strengthening their brand in the digital era. This is because shifting to eSIM requires a lot of effort to offer best user experience, as good or even better than with traditional SIM. It needs to be super easy, frictionless, and flawless. On top, mobile operators need to offer this perfect user experience throughout the growing variety of eSIM-equipped devices hitting the market every year, and they need to do this with a fast time to market. As all projections are showing, also as the one of GSMA Intelligence shared by Yolanda today, eSIM will grow tremendously in the short term and will become critical for mobile operators' businesses. So being able to cope with high volumes, peaks of traffic is essential to avoid any disruption. People connecting with eSIM will become a norm very soon. So it's essential, and the ultimate goal is to make these people happy. So operational excellence needs to be reached at any step along the way, with special care put on capacity, availability, and resilience. So considering the huge potential of eSIM and related challenges, IDEMIA has developed a top-notch consumer eSIM solution that helps mobile operators to reinvent their connectivity services while moving to the digital era with eSIM. We've equipped our solution with 3 key differentiators to solve this equation. These are full digital user experience, public cloud hosting, and just-in-time profit generation. Let's take a deeper look on each of those. As I mentioned, user experience is key for mobile operators. So offering full digital onboarding experience opens a variety of ways to capture new customers and to grow revenues. Here are some examples of the new acquisition stream that you can develop. Let's take travelers arriving to a country who need to get the local connectivity, or try and buy use case to convince new users to join your network. Maybe leveraging worldwide events like Olympic Games or World Cup or big international fairs. Entering the partnership with key stakeholders to be able to distribute the eSIMs fast. Or exploring the enterprise area to be able to onboard pool of employees very fast. And mobile operators to do so need the right tools, like, for example, career applications, eSIM campaigns, or in some cases, online ID proofing if the local regulators require it. The second key ingredient of IDEMIA product value proposition is our ability to run our services in the public cloud. And this is essential as it totally changes the level of services we are able to propose and deliver, knowing the criticality and growth of the eSIM today and tomorrow. Well, let's take the traditional SIM for a second. You take it, you insert it to your phone, and it works. That's it. What can be wrong? So with eSIM, you as mobile operators need to be able to offer the same level of service. Sounds easy, but with eSIM is not that simple, as we are talking about digital service that needs to be approaching this 100% of success rate and service level. So we in IDEMIA, we are very much aware of this challenge of yours, and this is why we're partnershiping with Microsoft Azure to enable you to cope with high volumes, with high capacity, with great capacity, and instant scalability, to enable you to remain available at all times and not to miss any single eSIM activation. Also to enable you to remain resilient no matter what will happen during major natural or IT disaster. Also to ensure data sovereignty, and this is addressed by the multiple regions infrastructure. Also, as we know that eSIM is getting exposure among users, and also it gets in the spotlight for attackers. So being able to rely on best-in-class security solutions is key to remain and to protect your eSIM solutions from, for example, DDoS attacks that might severely harm your business and reputation. Delivering this super high level of service has been made available only thanks to incredible firepower and scale of one of the biggest public cloud providers, Microsoft Azure, and also thanks to investment done by IDEMIA and joint work with Azure to leverage all the incredible capacities of the cloud. We have come a long way, and our public cloud strategy has convinced more than 100 customers to deploy their eSIM solutions in the cloud. We truly believe that this is the right move to be prepared for the digital era and what is ahead of us. The third element of our solution is what we call just-in-time profile generation, where in digital what we call profile is the virtual SIM card delivered to the device. Just-in-time sounds pretty cool, and I know you want to know more. But before telling you all the details about this feature, let me take you to a store. Yes, let's imagine a store selling t-shirts. This store needs to order in advance t-shirts of different sizes, different fabrics, different designs, different colors, to be able to match the needs and expectation of their customers. And generally speaking, they can do this. But the drawback of this approach is that it adds complexity in terms of ordering and stock management and may lead to unsold stock and waste. Well, now, and what is more also, that there always might be a combination of different needs that customer may have, a combination of special need related to color, design, fabric that was not anticipated, and consequently, this customer would not be served. I think you can relate to this story, to this t-shirt shop story, because this is exactly the situation you are in right now with SIM or with eSIM these days. Or if not, it will come soon with the growth and exposure of eSIM. What if I tell you that the store does not need to prepare anything in advance, maybe besides the fabric, and is able to tailor this t-shirt in milliseconds after knowing the needs of the customer? What if I tell you that you as mobile operators do not need to prepare your stock in advance? This is exactly what we are doing in IDEMIA to solve this issue. We are enabling totally dynamic and real-time approach where you are able to adjust any element of the default eSIM profile at any time before or during the download to match the special capabilities of the target device. We achieve this by 3 key features, where with dynamic adaptation, you can have one universal eSIM profile to serve all the devices out there, regardless their capabilities. A business rule will automatically add, alter, or delete some profile elements based on the device requirements and capabilities just before the download. We can imagine adding or removing 5G services, adding some applets. No need to prepare a variety of eSIM profile types in advance to serve different devices. With profile customization, we give you power to change the profile content at any time before the download via a simple API call. Here, we can adjust and select already the PIN code for the customer. Let's take this example. And this PIN code will be effective already in the initial download and installation. With profile reprocessing, we are enabling you to recycle a whole batch of profiles in one go. So here we are talking about reprocessing and therefore updating the whole set of already generated profiles to be able to change the technology, to adjust to the new SIP profile, to onboard new features, new applets quickly, because all the whole set is updated. So to sum up, there is no one-size-fits-all in the static approach, but we are enabling it in the dynamic approach. By doing this, we reduce the number of stock-keeping units to be managed. We reduce the cost of OTA update. We significantly simplify inventory management and improve customer service, thanks to, for example, on-demand customization. And finally, we also remove the eSIM profile obsolescence. And the cherry on this cake, the cherry on the top, is that we are able to do all these adaptations, not only on the profiles generated by IDEMIA, but also on the ones that were generated and provisioned to our systems, to our platforms, by a third-party providers. Now you know all about consumer eSIM that IDEMIA proposed, but our consumer journey is not over yet. We will never stop chasing the technology horizons, helping our customers in their further digital transformation. But nowadays, our lessons learned and experiences are passed to our IoT colleagues. So Lukasz will take you to this journey. Lukasz?
Thanks, Magda. So imagine a world where in order to swap connectivity for a remote IoT device, you would physically have to do it with your bare hands. And in fact, this is the reality right now for a lot of use cases. But don't worry, the future is bright. And I promise this was the last Imagine a World moment of our speech. So, as you know, industry stakeholders, led by the GSMA, have been busy working on new eSIM standards and specifications to enable extensive IoT deployments. These new frameworks will pave way for opportunities and growth within the IoT space. Now, let's see how IDEMIA's innovations that reach far beyond specifications enable us to offer game-changing features for eSIM IoT. In order to understand where we're heading, we must first look at where we came from. So, on one hand, you have the traditional M2M, well-established M2M. This works very well for use cases and scenarios where there are no to little energy or communication constraints, such as the automotive sector. On the other hand, we have the consumer eSIM, as shown by Magda, that targets smartphones and other consumer devices. However, neither is truly adapted to address the massive IoT that comes with its own set of specific challenges and constraints, such as a large variety of IoT devices. So we've all been waiting for light, easy to implement eSIM to happen for IoT, haven't we? Well, the industry stakeholders have finally cracked it, and the answer to a simpler way to do eSIM is here. And it leverages on both the benefits and lessons learned of both of these specifications. And it's a game changer in opening the IoT market, significantly contributing to global adoption of IoT applications. But what is Massive IoT? It's the Internet of Things on an unprecedented scale. It's about connecting a very large number of low-cost, constrained devices using low-powered networks. And these devices are often limited in terms of communication protocol, battery capacity, connection time, and user interface. And Massive IoT will expand rapidly. Over the next 4 years, low-powered wide area networks will be one of the fastest growing cellular IoT technologies. In fact, 2.2 billion cellular IoT connections using low-power networks will be made in 2027. And half of them will be eSIM. This is up from 162 million in just 2020. So given this growth, it is clear that Massive IoT represents a huge business opportunity. And this has some significant implications on smart meters or asset trackers that we bolt onto shipping containers, and various other sensors that are installed in smart cities, smart homes, smart farms, or smart factories. And all of these devices will leverage the IoT technology to get the best connectivity anytime and anywhere. This new eSIM framework will benefit every one of you who deploys IoT devices, as well as provides connectivity. So it enables more use cases by allowing those low-cost constrained devices to connect using low-powered networks, something that was not easily achieved before. It offers an easier implementation model if we compare it to, say, traditional M2M. And it greatly reduces cost and time to market. As it eases integration complexity, it provides for a new market opening. Now, those of you mobile network operators who already have an eSIM consumer platform in place, you will now be able to position yourselves as a provider of this new technology. So you will be able to address the IoT devices easily, something that was not doable before. Lastly, those of you that manufacture the devices, gone are the days where you partnered with a limited number of connectivity providers. Now, with minimum integration effort, you will be able to open up to virtually any mobile network operator. And that greatly expands your geographical coverage and business offering. Now, let's look at 5 best practices on how to successfully manage your eSIM IoT deployments. So first best practice is to have a single point of integration to manage, monitor, and control your IoT device fleet. So say you are an energy provider and you install smart meters for your customers. So you would already have multiple devices deployed out in the field, and these would most likely follow the traditional M2M. On the other hand, the new devices and the devices to come, they would follow the new eSIM IoT. Moreover, these devices would be spread across different geographical areas and for different customers. So up until now, in order to serve such a use case, you would have to connect to a variety of external systems. And all of these will be with their own integration issues, different processes, and user interfaces. Sounds like an operational nightmare? Indeed. So what we think is the way forward is to connect to a single application layer via a single point of entry. And this application layer has all the logic required to understand and recognize the use case it deals with and apply a certain business workflow automatically. This way, we abstract all the technological and procedural complexities and allow for central management of all your eSIM use cases, whether they are M2M or the new eSIM IoT. And not doing so will easily end up in an integration spaghetti situation. Fairly complex and costly thing to unwind. So a second best practice is the ability to personalize your connectivity workflows as your business needs evolve. So say we are a shipping company and we manage a fleet of containers that constantly move around the globe. So you must have the capability to manage your workflows and personalize them. So every single time a shipping container or a group of containers crosses a border, you might want to change connectivity. Likewise, when your contractual agreements or arrangements, be it local or global, change, you want to have that capability as well. So doing it on a one-by-one basis is obviously a no-go. It's almost impossible. So the capability to run campaigns with a defined set of business rules on your IoT device fleet is critical for IoT. Moreover, having a system that automatically reacts based on the input it receives either from the device or from external or your own information systems helps streamline profile management operations. So the third best practice is the ability to manage eSIM profiles for a diverse range of targets. And as we know, the variety of IoT devices is enormous, and it will only be growing. Some say that even exponentially, so far, far greater than in the consumer ecosystem. And the capability to adapt a profile at the very, very last minute that we offer exclusively as IDEMIA is critical for IoT. And how does it work? So whenever you, connectivity providers, MNOs, order profiles to sell to your enterprise customers, you, in most cases, do not know what the end ecosystem will be used, whether it would be M2M or the new eSIM IoT. You wouldn't know what the end device capabilities would be, nor the EUICC specific features. So without the ability to customize a profile, what you will end up doing is ordering thousands, if not millions of profiles to cover for every single use case. So essentially, you will be ordering upfront a very large number of profiles, and the majority of them, or a lot of them, will never be used or would have to be recycled. So the X factor of our just-in-time profile generation service is that we are able to adapt the profile at the very last minute, just before the download, so that no profiles are wasted, nor sit idle on the platform. So this way, you only have to manage a single profile ordering mechanism for maximum operational flexibility and efficiency. Fourth best practice is being able to offer new connectivity services to both the device manufacturers and their customers. So say you are a smart metering company and you manufacture smart meters. So you obviously want to have the capability to manage connectivity of the devices that you manufacture. You want to be able to change that connectivity. Likewise, your customers, when they procure a batch of smart meters from you, they want to have the same capability. So they want to be able to choose connectivity of their choice. So being able to transfer the same capabilities from this master profile owner, in this case OEM, to an enterprise owner, in this case the energy provider, should be streamlined for such a use case. Fifth best practice is ensuring excellence through always-on eSIM IoT connectivity, anytime and anywhere. So Magda emphasized the need of not missing a single eSIM profile activation, thanks to very high availability of the public cloud. And same applies for IoT. So imagine we are in a transport and logistics supply chain, and there is a connectivity outage. So not knowing where our cargo is at a particular moment in time could have disastrous consequences, not only in terms of cost, but also brand reputation. So ensuring excellence of service and being able to scale up or scale down your platforms depending on your business needs is critical. And we are sure that public cloud is the answer. So today we've shown how IDEMIA, through continuous innovation, is transforming the way we connect people and objects. And just as a reminder, IDEMIA is more than what we presented today, as we provide new technologies to revolutionize both payments and identity domains. This is all what we wanted to share with you today. If you want to find out more on our products, what we do on our portfolio of services, feel free to scan the QR code and visit our website. And if you want to continue the discussion, please reach out to Ray, Magda, or myself. We will be around. Thank you very much.